Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TrustBIX's channel. We have a special three-way interview for you guys today. We're, of course, sitting here once again with CEO and President Hubert Lau, and we have a special guest as well today. We are sitting here with co-founder of PNC Ventures, Corey Hunt. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Doing incredible. Thank you. Happy Tuesday.
Perfect. Well, Corey, glad to have you on. Hugh, of course, it's glad to see you again. So, Hugh, first and foremost, can you explain the relationship between TrustBIX and PNC Ventures?
Well, in January 10th of 2022, we had announced that we have engaged PNC Ventures to help us grow our business. And really what it stemmed from was that one of the other co-founders had invested into our company last year, and he took a deeper interest in what we were doing and asked Corey to get to know myself. And I think after the first 5 minutes, we realized that there is tremendous synergy, aligned values, core values, and that the desire to make the world a better place and to make investors very successful was all aligned, and we just want to really lock arms and work together.
Perfect. So, Corey, and then from your perspective, what was the value proposition that really attracted you guys to TrustBIX, in your words?
Well, initially, Peter had suggested that I connect with Hubert in respect to a pea protein isolate facility that we were heavily invested in and doing a significant raise for, and we were considering having a value chain tracking the protein isolate. And that was what initiated the conversation. And from that point, discovering more of what TrustBIX is actually doing, and Peter's previous investment and the opportunity for us to participate with follow-on investment last year, I got more interested in the business and understood that there was some areas that we could support them in. And our objective is to obviously help them drive revenue and look for opportunities to expand their business.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you guys have now been working together for a couple months here. And that's one of the reasons why we're here today. We're here to talk about you guys receiving the final exchange acceptance and the completion of your acquisition of Insight Global Technology. So, Hugh, tell us what's going on here and tell me PNC's role in this as well.
Well, it was Corey and Peter brought to our attention a company called Insight Global Technology, and we met the founders, and they just felt that what they were working on, the technology they were working on, could be very synergistic with our vision of creating a world that we trust more, waste less, and reward sustainable behavior, and really driving that gate to plate idea when it comes to food. And so when we looked at it and the tracking ability of their hardware software solution, it just really made sense that if we can really understand in terms of farm equipment, what's going on, when is it on, where has it been, and then allows us to calculate more data points so that when we are looking at the end of the supply chain or the end of the value chain with our retailers, wholesalers, restaurants, and so forth, that they can have more data that they can benchmark against, more data that they can use to make claims and create value propositions for their customers. It was just like, let's get it, let's move on it. The other side was that it was also very, very accretive in our minds, that it would take us very little effort to drive up revenue by working together with them. And of course, our investors as well as ourselves want to see that happen. So why not do it?
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Corey, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, just when we engaged earlier this year, in evaluating, how we may support this organization, like we had two areas we were focused on. One would be driving revenue under the current business model of TrustBIX, and then seeing if there's any strategic acquisitions that could be out there. So we really liked what Insight had to offer with Peter's previous experience. He had a company, Service Equipment Corp, that had about 64 John Deere dealerships, and one of the challenges within his organization is solved through the Insight solution. So it was something that wasn't in existence when Peter still was at the helm of that organization. So when I shared Insight business with Peter, and we evaluated it. We saw this would make a ton of sense to actually have inside TrustBIX and scale it from there. So it's a very interesting SaaS business model that has multiple directions that it can go further than just the implement dealers. So we're excited to roll that out throughout this 2022.
Perfect. Well, guys, thank you for your insight. No pun intended or double entendre intended. Hugh, is there anything else you would like to add? For instance, when will people hear anything next about this?
Well, I think, if you look at our press release, when we announced the final approval from the exchange, we actually also disclose the earnout for the shares, because this is a shares only acquisition. And I think if Insight, along with our help, reach all of their financial targets to earn out the shares, then there is a good jump in our revenue. So last year we're looking at just over $2 million of revenue, which is a new high for us. But now we're looking at potentially another $1 million of accretive revenue, and that's what we're looking for. And that's and of course, as Corey just mentioned, the idea is there's a very interesting SaaS play behind it, which means that after year one, there's going to be year two and year three, and it continues to compound and grow. And those are the opportunities we're looking for that will really strengthen our financial situation, as well as show the investment community that we've found our stride and we're making things happen.
Wonderful. Sounds great. Corey, anything else you want to add before we go today?
No, we're just looking forward to helping TrustBIX get to where it needs to be. I mean, Peter and I together, we've in our careers, we've taken more than 12 companies from nothing to more than 10 million in revenue, and 2 of them to more than $1 billion on Peter's side. That's on his resume, not mine. But together as partners weighing in to help support TrustBIX, we believe we can repeat that, with this organization. Looking forward to supporting Hubert and his team, and they have an excellent team that we're happy to back, and we've invested all along. We're investing again, in the next week. So we're committed to see this thing through.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned the team. For all you guys watching here for the first time, we have interviews with multiple members of the team. Get to know the team, get to know the company. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to send them over to us. But for now, Hugh, Corey, thank you so much for your time today.
You bet. Have an incredible day. Thank you, everyone.
Take care, everyone.